world records. But here's the lineup here, as it will be, of the competitors. There are 11 in the lineup.
Chemerkin, Andrei
Chemerkin, the Olympic champion, first major appearance since his crushing defeat in the Europeans. That was his last lift. Chemerkin, he always has a weight because he's the big favourite. But he's not bothered about that.
Right, of course, because he's coming in the biggest weights. Yes.
Well, I don't know how you would describe Chemerkin physically. Big would be my initial thought.
Yeah, very big.
Huge. But he's going to open on 190. He lifted 195 in Riesa, but he's capable certainly of 200. He lifted 200 last year in Chiang Mai. I remember the world record's 205.5, and at this level people can increase by large amounts, but this is to establish his presence. Easy or what?
Yes, Chemerkin usually comes in at a fairly light snatch and then likes to take large jumps.
I have to say he's Russia's last hope for a gold medal at these championships. They've not had a champion in either the men's or the women's division. So this snatch competition is quite fascinating indeed. He's got 195 Skibalis, he's the light man. So Chemerkin now, the biggest of the lot, 197.5. Which of course would,
yeah, this to regain the lead.
Regain the lead, but still remember that Vardanyan has a lift to come, as has the other Armenian, Danilyan. And the stage and the platform shake. It's probably lucky this is the last competition. I think Chemerkin's destroyed a bit of woodwork in his time. The same way today, he wouldn't be unhappy. What he wants to do is to get on the aeroplane to Moscow with the overall championship in his pocket.
And by the looks of things, Ronnie Weller's snatch record.
Well, I think he wants everything now. Well, this will be a superb way to round off our final competition if Chemerkin's really up for this sort of lift. 15 seconds coming up.
Yes, he's definitely trying to send a message to Weller.
We thought he might. 8 seconds. 5. Well, David did he right. I think he got the timing wrong as well. I think he got rushed at the end there. He didn't allow himself enough time to get settled on that bar. And it means that Chemerkin drops back to 197.5 and only gets the silver medal. Vardanyan of Armenia gets the gold, and the bronze medal goes to Victor Skibalis of Latvia. And he's ahead of both the Spanish, so he's got to be at least 6th. This man, though, only wants to be first. Chemerkin. They couldn't, there was no way he could hold that. Chemerkin is, I suppose you could say that the only upset in his career really came in. Although he's not really competing with these people, it means that the German, Andrei Chemerkin, is moving up the overall ranking. Because there's 3 men who haven't actually finished the competition.
Oh, look at this, look. 230 kilos and the bar still isn't resting on his shoulders.
Yes, by my reckoning. So the situation is that Vardanyan has to come out for his 3rd lift, and then the stage is open to Chemerkin. that's interesting. Just seeing the official there rolling up the sleeves.
Yes, well, of course, if the T-shirt is too
covers the
elbows, then the referees can't see. Although it wouldn't have actually mattered, because as the arms go above the head, the T-shirt comes up the arms anyway. But she's the technical officer, and that's what she's there to do.
Well, exactly. And if you remember back to Germany, there were one or two where the referees weren't picking that up, and I think we were note, and they then went and sorted it out in one of the girls' categories. So
that's right.
Whatever we say, she was actually doing the job well.
Well, Chemerkin did have 250 posted. He's now decided to he's seen what everybody else has done, and he's thought, well, why take 250 when I can win with 240 and I've still got 2 attempts left? I think that's the sensible thing to do.
Well, he's dropped it to 240, and here he comes in. I mean, he can be extravagant after this.
So 3 lifts remaining.
And I think the coaches, Vladimir Kliga, his coach, has got it right here. Because let's get the gold medal.
Yeah, win the competition first. I think they got the snatch wrong. I think he should have taken the 200 for the gold.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to make any difference. This man's still going to be the overall world champion again.
Well, as you said, David, we just saw him in the warm-up. Didn't touch his...
Still not touching his shoulders. Well, needs to hold.
2 again.
Oh, no lift. Now this is an example of inconsistent refereeing. I didn't see that there was anything really wrong with that.
Well, what on earth was wrong with that? Now, I hope we're going to see a front view of this, because...
And look, he thinks he's got it. He doesn't even realise it's a no lift. Or was that a problem?
I wish we could see this from the front and not the side, because you can't really tell from here.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, Dave.
I can't see anything wrong with that.
No. This is a real example of inconsistent refereeing.
Well, my German colleagues are suggesting there's a small press out on one of the arms. I mean, it is...
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No. So Chemerkin having to repeat the 240, and this is annoying from the spectator's view, because it's taken one of his attempts away.
Yes.
You know, I would have liked to have seen him attempt the world record.
Well, he still could do it, but it would be a huge... I mean, the problem he's got now is that, OK, if he takes the 240...
that's going to give him 437. He's got to take a huge jump of 27.5 kilos if he wants to break the total record.
I mean, they're
like 30 kilos if he wants to break the total record.
Suggesting that Vardanyan may well not come out and take his 3rd lift, in which he'd have the freedom to go whichever way. Get it right this time, please. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, let's wait and see. Yeah, so he's world champion. And the question is, what is he going to take for the final lift in this World Weightlifting Championships? Is he going to go for a world record? Well, surely he's not taking 242.
He's got 240. .436, a world champion, as he was in 95, as he was in 97, and now that's 3 in a row. 4 major competitions if you include the Olympic Games, but of course the one interruption, Weller's victory over him in the European Championship. So it, in the way we hoped, we thought he might try and go for something. He's got the clean and jerk gold, the total gold, and he's got a silver from the snatch. But he's like that, isn't he? He doesn't seem to worry about setbacks terribly long, Chemerkin. The smile's back on his face. There it is, Andrei Chemerkin, 240, 7.5 kilos clear, using only 2 of his 3 clean and jerk. It's Chemerkin who's got the the gold medal, ahead of Vardanyan, who gets the silver to go with his snatch gold, and Skerbatis in bronze medal position this time overall. And the pole, as you can see, some way back, 4:07.5, but a good finish there by the German Andrei Rode, who actually completes 6 out of 6 for 6th place out of the 11 who started.